Hello guys, it's the Unclear 999. Today's video is about staying away from toxic people. There comes a time in life when you have to stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Toxic people don't just drain your energy, they distort your sense of self. They make you question your worth, your intentions, and even your reality. Sometimes they disguise themselves as friends, family, or partners, but their presence leaves you feeling smaller, guilty for things you didn't do, or constantly anxious. You find yourself walking on eggshells, sacrificing your peace. But the truth is, you don't owe anyone access to your mind, your heart, or your life. If they continually poison your spirit, protecting your peace isn't selfish, it's necessary. You're allowed to love people from a distance, to outgrow connections that no longer serve your growth, and to choose environments that nurture your. Staying away from toxic people is not an act of hatred, an act of self-respect. And the more you choose yourself, the clearer it becomes that letting go, Silengi, begins the moment you walk away, not in anger, but in clarity. You start to reclaim the parts of yourself that were buried under someone else's expectations, criticism, or manipulation. You realize that boundaries are not walls. They're filters that protect your energy and invite in toxic people. Often try to return, but you learn to recognize that true change is shown in actions, not words. And even if they never understand your reasons for leaving, that's okay. You don't need their approval to choose peace over chaos. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is let go of what hurts, even when it's familiar. Your life is too short and too precious to be spent shrinking yourself for people who refuse to grow. So you walk away, not bitter, but better, free to build the life you deserve, surrounded by people who pour into you as much as you pour into them. As you continue walking this new path, you begin to notice how quiet peace really is. So drama, no second guessing, no need to constantly defend yourself or decode someone else's moods. Just silence, space, and the steady rebuilding of who you were always meant to be. You rediscover joy in the small things. Your laughter becomes real again. Your smile more effortless, your thoughts lighter. Slowly, you start attracting people who reflect the energy you now carry. Those honor your truth and bring calm instead of chaos. You'll begin to understand that love should never hurt your soul. It should never come with conditions that suffocate your identity or demand that you dim your light just to be accepted. Staying away from toxic people isn't just about escape, it's about creating a life where you don't just survive. It's a life where you can finally exhale, knowing you're safe and whole because you chose yourself. And that made all the difference. And with time, you no longer feel guilty for the distance you've created, because you understand now that survival required it. You begin to look back, not with bitterness, for the strength you didn't know you had, for the wisdom pain left behind. The toxic voices that once echoed in your mind start to fade. So happy about that. You learn how to trust yourself again, how to listen when your spirit whispers that something isn't right. You become more discerning, more protective of your peace. What once felt like loss now feels like liberation. And in this freedom, you realize something beautiful, that you never needed to be rescued, only reminded of your own power. Because walking away wasn't weakness, it was a turning point. The moment you stopped waiting for someone else to change and started becoming the change yourself. Now, your life begins to bloom. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.